Okay, so now that we've made our app, we've walked through it ourselves, we feel good about the app, right? So now it's time for the real test, and that is to share it with Michael so we can let him take a look at it. So to do that, we're going to close out of our app here. We don't need the app designer. We're going to go back over to the Power Apps experience. And so here, remember we had our little ellipses, so we're going to check on it, and we're going to say share. So there is several steps that go into sharing. The good news is that this little page is going to walk us through it, so we don't get ourselves in trouble. So we need to create a security role. Okay, let's go to our security settings and do that. So here you can see the baked in roles, the ones that came with it, but we're going to modify that. So we're going to say we want a new role. And we're going to create a role called the Traveler role. Traveler. So that'll be a role name. Looks good. And then we're going to go over here to Custom Entities. And so there is our Travel Tracker entity. And so we're going to say, all right, if you have this role, you are allowed to. And when you click once, the key's down here at the bottom. So you click once, you're a user of that role. You could be the business unit. There could be a parent, child, or an organization, right? So different layers that you can do. But for this particular example, we just need to give the user access. So we're just going to check all of these for create, read, write, delete, append to. We could also give the ability to assign or share it, but we're going to kind of hold back on security. So we're just going to give them these set up here. So that looks good to me. So our new security role is done, so we'll say save and close. Okay, so we now have a Traveler role. Boom, let's close out this. We'll go back over to our tab. All right, number one's done. Number two, assign users to the security role. All right, security users. So another user, and so we need to add another one. So we're going to say new. We're going to say add and license a user. We're going to click on admin. And we're not going to worry about my trials not set up all the way. We're going to say we want to go into active users. And then there's our buddy Michael. And we're going to look at Michael's licenses and say edit. And so we're going to give him a Plan 2 trial, right? So now keep in mind, this is not something that you might have access if you're working in your own organization. But in this example, I created a new trial tenant just this morning to do all of this in. And so when I created that, and I manually created Michael, so now I'm signing up Michael for the Plan 2 trial. So this process might vary a little bit depending on your individual environment. But if you started from a blank trial like I did, this is what you do. So there you go. Michael, you'll now have a license. So we can close out of all that. All right, Michael, you are good, buddy. We'll go back over here to users enabled. We'll do a refresh. Okay, so then now Michael shows up, right, because we've given him that Power Apps license that he needed to interact with CDS and our model-driven apps. So then now we can go in. We're going to click on Michael. And we're going to say manage roles. And so then there it is. We're going to add him to our Traveler role. Just like that. We'll say OK. And so boom, Michael now has the Traveler role. All right, we're doing good. We'll close out all these extra tabs that we just opened. Got to go on a little mini tour there, fun. So we'll go back over to here. We've done this one. So then now we're going to add the security role to our app. All right, let's click on My Apps. We get a new tab. And so then now when this loads up, you can see here are the different apps, right? So the sample ones plus the one we created. So we're going to click on these ellipses and we're going to say Manage Roles. And so System Administrator and System Customizer, they're already in there. We're just going to click on Traveler, so it's blue, right? So it's blue like the other three. We'll say Save. We have done our duty there. So we will close this app or not this app, this tab. Go back over here and share this link to your app directly with the user. So we could take this app link, we could email that over to Michael, or what I think we'll do in the next video is we'll have Michael log into the mobile phone and check out what this app looks like on a mobile device. So I'll see you in a second.